Yes, get it! I don't know. It has save here, but I don't know if that doesn't. He says okay. But I think the game auto-saves. I don't know if there's any reason for it. Oh my goodness, it's the first boss.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be Armadillo.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. That is a cute mechanic for, like, opening the boss.
Yeah, that's a super creative way to do it.
Yeah.
I really like it when they find funny ways to do stuff that could just, be like a menu.
Yeah, that could just be like, you need to put 60 in this bucket or 50 notes at the door.
Man, you're stupid when you're a kid, but right now I can totally see that the rain is just like a PNG layer over the top of everything.
Oh, yeah.
I would have never thought of that when I was younger, though. Yeah, I remember this being kind of hard when I was younger. I think there's this guy, 2 of the bosses have rematches, and he's one of the ones that does. It's weird that they teach you this mechanic for throwing barrels in the very beginning of the game, but you only use it for this boss fight. You don't really use it in levels at all.
Not that I can think of. See, that's the problem with doing a lot.
So many mechanics.
Yeah. That it's kind of like what happens with Conker's Bad Fur Day, where it's just like every level's just something different, and it's like it doesn't really work all the time.
Oh, I missed that.
Continuity's not the best, you know.
It doesn't have to be continuity. It doesn't. You can try a lot of different things. Like the concept is like literally a name that you use stuff based on case sensitivity, but it doesn't. You're right. It has to be cohesive in some sense, and there shouldn't be stuff that like you shouldn't have something only used once. You should like. I think it's kind of like a game. It's like the Chekhov's gun theory.
Yeah.
If you're a little film turd and you know that, if you introduce a mechanic, it's something that should come back later. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many mechanics in just the final boss fight that are also never used anywhere else either.
Mm-hmm.
Like every round of... That's the other hard thing, is that boss fight is so cool and dynamic and fun, but it doesn't really test the skills you've learned in game. It's kind of like all stuff that you're doing there for the first time.
Which, like, I get that maybe that's what they were trying to go for, but I don't think it's very successful.
The boss should be a test of your skill. Like, the Jack in the Box one is, like, really, really hard. Oh, you get sad.
Oh,
the Jack in the Box one is really, really
poor
hard,
guy.
But it's testing your platforming ability.
Yeah.
Like, the voices are so funny.
Banana.
So...
I can't go that low.
There's a point in the very middle of One Piece where they realize that they're just not strong enough, and they all say, we're going to go do some stuff and we'll meet back in 2 years. And then the next issue is 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of get back together, and it's like everything they've learned and grown and figured out in that time. What were the new powers you gained during your Game Detectives time skip? We had the 2 years. Like, what were the skills you enhanced and like your new abilities?
I don't know about you. When I, like, this year, especially this past, like, school year, so, like, from September till now, I feel like my ability to think has gotten so much better.
Like think, like, rationally? Or...
Yeah, just in general, and, like, not be as reactionary with my thinking, or, like, I feel like I've gotten better at listening and, like, paying attention to what other people are saying in these past couple of years. And so, like, as a teacher, I'm just thinking back because I was a teacher when we were filming the first time. I feel like I'm not obviously like a perfect teacher, but I feel like I'm a lot better at like listening to students this time, like around, and then just like listening to people's stories and that kind of thing. Obviously, which is important right now for Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. That's my power up. Because I am not physically stronger. I am not thinner or richer or anything like that.
I've gained weight since you recorded before.
So like, but I've been working on the think me, you know.
Yeah, I don't really know if I'd say I'm like smarter, but I feel like I'm more like in tune or more understanding.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not smarter. I'm just more empathetic. Maybe, I don't know. It feels like once you become a little older, you should stop focusing on, like, just doing things to satisfy yourself. I mean, obviously you should, but, like...
You gotta figure that out. Oh, yeah. I prioritize. Like, organization and prioritizing is something, like, when you're working a lot and that you're forced into learning better.
And I realized I like doing housework now.
Oh my god, me too.
I like cleaning. I like doing dishes. I like organize. I'm not terribly organized, but I like doing that stuff more now.
I never thought I'd be the one when I was at our house for that year. I did all the cleaning, all the dishes, vacuum. I did it every week, and I guess it's like I got forced into the position because none of the other guys were gonna do it. But after a while, you start to like it. You put a podcast on. It's kind of meditative.
Yes. Which is crazy.
And you get a reward center little boost when you're like, oh, I accomplished something. I cleaned this and I made.
That sweet serotonin.
Yes. Yes.
Which is what we're all aiming for. I could never imagine. It's such a cliche, but it's the truth. I never imagined as a kid wanting to clean.
No.
Like, why would I ever want things to be clean or cook? I love cooking.
I cook a lot. And I spend a lot of time. I used to be like, oh, what can I make as fast as possible? I'll spend like an hour a day like preparing food and like making sure it's really nice and you feel better.
Yeah.
The number one things is like I'm really starting to feel like getting old. Like once I hit like 25, like like if I don't get like 8 hours of sleep, like my next day is basically ruined. like if I look at the clock and it's like midnight, I'm like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be rough.
I'm a little flexible, but I do need at least 7 hours. Although lately I've been waking up at 5 a.m.
I get up at 6 now. I like sleeping from 10 to 6.
Because I wake up and the sun is shining on my face, and I wake up and I can't go back to sleep. But I'm not tired.
I like waking up when it's quiet and nobody else is. Everyone else in my house will sleep till like 9 or 10. I'll get up at 6. I can get my studying done. I can listen to my NPR news podcast and figure out what the hell's going on in the world today.
Yep.
And I can get going. If I get up at 10 and everybody's already running around, that's something I really struggle with still, and this is a big thing on my list, is I can be so focused and finish like all my to-do list and get all the chores and homework, everything in the world done, but I get so easily distracted if I'm around other people.
Yes.
Like even if it's something I don't care about, like if I see my sister or someone's watching something on TV, I'll just be like sit and watch it for 2 hours. Like I just get distracted so easy. I don't think about. I mean, it's a good thing, but when I'm hanging out with other people, I don't think about like chores I have to do and stuff like that.
Yeah. I forget. Can somebody dig into those mounds?
You get an ability where you can do different things, and I think Chunky Kong's is either burps or farts, and it makes a rainbow coin come up. I think you get it from Candy Kong. I don't know exactly. The point is you don't need it because there's already an overabundance of coins in the game.
See, the one thing that I can say that hasn't changed in the past 2 years is I still like burps and farts. Those are still funny to me.
Do you think more or less?
The same. Maybe a tad less, but still.
I think even as I'm getting older, my sense of humor continues to develop. I feel like what I find funny kind of still changes every year.
Oh, yeah, me too. I think I like more darker humor as I get older too.
I don't know. I feel like I like stupider. I feel like my humor right now is like the dumbest, like as dumb as it can get. That's what makes me laugh, and it's like I don't appreciate like well written or observational humor. It's just like random garbage is the funniest thing to me.
Oh, the armadillo's sad.
He's naked.
They took away all of his guns.
He was too quick. The way they talk is so weird. They don't have like voices, but like you see this guy and he's like and it's like what the heck does he?
What are you like? Have you like fallen to the Rick and Morty cult now, or
no? That's like not at all my type. And like I make fun of Rick and Morty a lot. It is pretty funny. I don't dislike Rick and Morty because of the humor. I think it's like philosophy and like nihilism is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
but it is funny.
And also, it's funny to make fun of people that get like
really excited.
Yeah.
About
well, or the classic meme, is like
you need a very high IQ
you need high intelligence. So it is, you got to take people down a few pegs sometimes,
Yeah, but I mean, no, like TikTok stuff or like memes or just like
mass.
Just like
always good.
Oh my god, those videos! I think I watched them with Cusack once, maybe at your house. Where it's just the guy who's got like the mask from Crash Bandicoot and he orders the boneless pizza. And it's just like
pizzas don't have bones?
It's not a joke. They just like talk and like, hello, I'd like the... and then it'll do super loud like the bass order, and it's like graining and
Oh,
like that
yeah.
kind, or like when people bass boost or do that stuff like that. I find that funny, but it's not like that's.
Wait,
so,
what's bass boost?
like you crank the bass, so it's like
Oh.
like you can barely understand like obnoxious stuff like that.
Oh, I forget that you get music instruments.
That's some really good character design there. What monkey do you think that's supposed to be?
Human woman.
Look at that. That's gratuitous. This is candy on it.
Scandalous.
I think the instruments are super cool too, even though it's just like another method of like opening things.
Yeah.
They're fun. It'd be different if everybody had the same, but everybody has their own instrument and it fits the character.
Yeah,
it
it's
adds
all
personality. I ain't mad.
Especially because those coins are so easy to find, and you only need 3 of them. Yeah.
I think I am more mature in the sense of like taking in media. Like I'm more willing to like take in things that I don't know or like don't really know if I'd like.
Yeah.
I'm like more willing to give things a chance. I used my guitar. I'm like less willing to like. I used to be in a very much a place of like, oh, this sucks, don't watch that, like in that vein. I feel like I'm more just like, this doesn't suck. It's better to just like, if you don't like something or something's not for you, just like don't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely was like that too when I especially going to like doing my master's degree. I learned a whole lot about media that I had no idea about.
Or just like the art of the review, like subjectivity.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, subjectivity is not a thing.
No,
I mean objectivity is not a thing.
That was a big thing for me to learn. I don't think I truly understood like whether or not until like maybe a year or two after college, because I really do feel like, and the other thing is it almost doesn't even matter.
Oh,
Again,
it doesn't.
Like if somebody is explaining, I like X, you like the movie or a book, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether or not you liked it. What mattered is your story. Why did you like it? Why did it resonate with you?
Mm-hmm.
What made you feel like this is something important? That's all that matters. Like that's a whole nother story in and of itself, is your relationship with this piece, and that really should be the focus. It doesn't matter whether or not somebody else enjoyed it. It's like what did they get out of it and why? And it's like, well, is your experience completely different? It's I don't know, yeah. And like I really hate like letter and number ratings.
Oh
for things
yeah.
Now I hate that.
It's just it used to be fun.
It's reductive.
But now it's just, I think when you're younger, it helps you organize thoughts, but it's kind of now using number and like letters for grading like pop culture. It just seems so, it's just not information I find interesting anymore.
It doesn't matter, and it like overshadows.
I think reviews are interesting.
Yes.
Because like, as when I put my researcher hat on, it's like, well, how are they saying their opinion? How are they, how are they asserting that their authority, that they're the authority for this source? That kind of stuff I find interesting, more of like the meta-ness of what it means to write a review, rather than reading reviews themselves anymore.
I like that, and also, I mean, yeah, like I'm saying, like, how do you, like, how is your relationship with this piece different than other, an evaluation of the piece is what's incredibly disinteresting. Now.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, it doesn't matter, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like little monkey tongues. I don't even think there's, like, a good way to evaluate things anymore, too.
It's hard, but because for me especially, kind of the way of researching that I was taught is that individual, like the research or the meanings of individual media products aren't really as important as like the overall media environment that it's in, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, we can say like Donkey Kong 64 has its positives and its negatives, but it makes, to me, it's more interesting to say like, how does it compare to what else is happening in gaming at this time? How is it different or similar to other platformers, or how is it trying to market itself as something different than before? Does that make it more successful?
Yeah, it's a more interesting explanation than, I give the graphics 3 out of 5, I give the music 2 out of 5. Or even stuff like like I said, what I want to do is if you're reviewing Donkey Kong 64, what was your relationship like this? Did you play it growing up? What is it like? How does it make you feel? Not that you have to have an emotional, like, resonance with Donkey Kong 64, but not that you can't as well.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And
This is Lanky Kong.
Oh, I thought that was Diddy. Oh,
There's like a vulture.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how much of this I remember. I think I was 16 when I played this.
Well, I remember so much of like Banjo-Kazooie, and I haven't played that in so long.
I played Banjo-Kazooie like a million. Or I played that like at all stages in my life.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. One time I 100%ed the game in like 2 hours and 44 minutes or something. I was really proud of myself.
I think I did something like that. Not that fast. That was extreme. I think I did it in like a day, which was a lot for me. What do you think I have to spell with these letters?
Gonk. Like Kronk, but with a G.
Oh, these teeth.
I don't like the dentures.
They're really hard to hit with Diddy Kong's attack. Okay, I think I have to do the chimpy. Oh no, I don't think I have the chimpy charge.
Oh no.
No, I gotta find Cronky.
Which one of the DK crew is your favorite?
Lanky Kong, 100%, because he's an orangutan and he's a clown and his color is blue. Like, that's all the good points.
I think he has my favorite line in the DK rap. That's for sure. Because it's so bad, but it's so good. Where they just go, "This Kong has a funny face."
I mean, he did.
He does.
Let's not forget. Let's not draw over history here. His face was funny.
You're erasing history.
Monkeys are just charming. It's a funny animal.
They're charming, because they're so close to humans, but not. So we're like,
so you can laugh at it, but
yeah.
you don't get like uncomfortable.
Yeah,
by it.
It's the uncanny valley, but not really. You know. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I got a hang of that.
That,
I guess
that animation's cute too, with all the, all the notes flying around.
Yeah, I guess if I was to stat myself up, I leveled up in perception. And
Yes.
I leveled up in like wisdom.
Yes.
And like worldliness.
Yes.
Leveled down in physical strength and dexterity.
Level down in agility, dexterity, and strength. Yes. Leveled up probably in magic. If that's the
cooking. Leveled
wisdom.
down in like just like being clean. I just like
the environment around you is clean, but your body isn't.
No, and it's like once I started having a job where I had to wear a uniform every day, I just never wore anything else. I would wake up and I would just wear my uniform all day. And I had one pair of pants and I had like 5 shirts that they washed there. And I would wear the same. I'm not even joking. I would wear the same pair of pants for like 8 weeks straight. And eventually the knees would wear out because I got to crawl around at my job a lot. And then when that happened, I would just buy a new pair of pants. And I did that for 2 years.
Dang.
I would just keep going. I never wore any. I mean, maybe I'd wear like sweats or something on the weekend, but I've lost fashion or like I've lost charisma.
I feel like I've upped in charisma because in some places in the world, if you have basic communication skills, you're like bounds ahead of other
Where do you
people.
place your?
I'm not like 100% perfect or anything, but it's just like
No one's saying that.
no one's saying that at all. But like it's interesting to be when you're surrounded by other people and they're just so socially awkward, and you're like, I'm like in charge of the situation.
I might be socially awkward. I don't know.
I am in certain situations, but like I've become more extroverted, but also more introverted at the same time. I love spending time alone.
I like spending time alone too, but it was weird because I spent so much time alone on the night shift at work that I don't know, it was weird. It was like in a way I got used to it, but then also in a way I pined for like more introverted settings to like make up for it. So I don't really know. I don't know. It's like we're also in quarantine right now, so it's like, do I like hanging out with? I don't know. I haven't hung out with like anybody new in forever.
It's like we like hanging out with each other because we haven't seen each other, but does that mean we want to hang out all the time?
Or it's like, am I okay with like meeting new people? And it's like, when's the last time I've met
a new person?
It's like I think I am, but I don't really know.
What are the crystals for?
That's for so each Kong has a barrel. Not that. That's a bonus barrel. Each Kong has like a power up barrel.
Oh,
like chunkies,
right.
it turns huge, and that's like your fuel for that.
Gotcha.
I don't know what came first, but I know there was a Donkey Kong cartoon. Cusack always talks about it, and that's where I think they either introduced the crystal coconut or they took
Travis,
it from
you
there.
didn't unlock the pad.
Thank you for catching that. I miss those all the time, and that's no good.
Muy
I don't know. I used to think I didn't like this level, but now that I'm walking around it, I think it's kind of.
Oh yeah, he gets the flying. Or you have to unlock it.
No, I have it. Yeah, there we go. I'm surprised like how well this looks on a TV now too. I was expecting it to be like a little. Now this is I remember being annoying because if you don't do this right, you can land and. There we go.
There we go.
Does he start going now? You can hover too. That's right. That's something I never knew. Oh no, this must be something else.
Maybe you have to. Oh, I think you
be...
have to do something else first.
I think
and
there's
then...
a button you have to hit. Yeah. I know you can go to Funky's to get more upgrades. But I don't know why I would need to. I'll hit this bonus pad though.
I like the music.
Well, it's cool because his theme is the guitar. He does the electric guitar. I'm not in the mood to do that stuff over there right now.
That's the area that I don't like. That's the get out.
Oh, the llama. That's where we want to go.
Good.
Oh, I thought this was so funny. It's a llama. Oh, I'm gonna be Donkey Kong instead, actually. It's a llama and it spits and it's lava. But my boy, this music. I thought it was tomato soup.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it's tomato.
Have you ever been spit on by a llama? I've pet many llamas in my life, and I've never been spit on.
My sister got bit by a llama pretty bad at like a petting zoo, but no, I've never.
The last petting zoo I went to was at the Lumberjack Days in Stillwater.
What's that?
They had a petting zoo. It's like how they have Booster Days in Hudson.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad all that's done.
Is Booster Days canceled?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All the county fairs.
No, I mean like canceled like socially.
Oh yes. Well,
okay.
No, it isn't. But I call for it.
But you want it to be.
It's gross. Actually, you know what? It's for kids. Honestly, it's for like middle schoolers to go and have fun and be debaucherous, so they can enjoy it. I'm not going to take that away. It's not.
Yeah, it's like Grease.
It's not for. I like Grease.
No, what I'm saying is like all the high school kids go to the fair.
In Grease? What the heck are you talking about?
In the movie.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
It's at the very end. I only remember that because it was my favorite part because they were singing "We Go Together" and they were in the fun house and then they were like rocking back and forth in the fun house.
Oh, that does.
I always love fun houses.
I haven't seen the movie Grease and Fair. I just seen it on stage. It's actually not that good on stage. That's actually one of the things I miss the most is live performance in theater.
Oh yeah.
COVID. I really miss because I guess I got kind of used to seeing a show like at least like once every 2 months or something like that. I haven't seen anything in forever. And I used to go to the movie theater. I don't miss the movie theater though. Honestly, AMC and I love you, Greg Marcus, but you and your corp can burn to the ground. No, Dad's actually too far. I love Greg. His little bumper previews are great, but God, movie theaters are expensive.
Yeah,
I
mean, you've said a lot multiple times a day that Hollywood's gotta go.
I don't know. I'll watch. I used to be like I really like seeing like even like A24 like those more artsy movies in theaters just for that experience. I won't do it anymore. I'll wait till it's on stream. I'll wait to buy it or rent it from Amazon or do anything else. I don't like going to the theater. Oh, I already.
I was gonna say. I like the Oriental. It's expensive. I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, but the Oriental's like a I don't want to say
it's
like a landmark. It's like
a local.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah,
it's part of the experience.
Yeah,
I have no emotional attachment to AMC
or to Greg Marcus. Well, Marcus, you do.
That's the thing is I do have emotional attachment.
See,
to
Greg Marcus is a landmark of.
He's my friend. I've known him for so long. He says, "Hey, buddy," every time I go into the theater.
Oh, I forgot he's in here.
Yeah, they got both of them in this level, which is cool. I'm glad they get you the guys like as quick as possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
but still spaced out enough.
Yeah, I thought that was tomato soup. Doesn't it look like it?
Oh, tomato soup sounds really good. I made pea soup the other week, and it actually turned out really well. Because basically all you have to do is add enough...
pea? Or?
Yep. All you have to do is add enough spices to where it doesn't taste like peas anymore.
I like the taste of peas. Put bacon in it?
No.
Most of you had bacon in...
well, my mom makes it with ham. And that's the one thing that has gone up exponentially this summer.
Is the amount of
well, because it used to be 0 and now it's
You know what Nick told me? ham and like turkey, like from the deli, that's like the same class of carcinogen as like cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that sucks. Cause I can't stop thinking about that. But I'm gonna be honest. I get a pack of like deli turkey meat. I'll eat that. I'll just grab the whole package and I'll just eat slice after slice.
It's all the nitrate.
I won't even make sandwiches. I'll just eat. I'll just eat it. It's good.
It's all the nitrates in it. That's why.
Super low calorie too.
Yeah. That's why I
don't even know what a nitrate is.
It's a preservative they use, and nitrate is like nitrous. It's got nitrogen.
Can't they just like put salt on it, like Gandhi or whatever? They put salt on the meat and that preserves it.
I mean they can, but it's got to be packaged and everything.
Like what is nitrate? Can you just eat nitrates?
I mean you can.
Like what is it? A chemical? I don't know. What
it's a chemical.
Is it
like nitrates are
is it like
chemical
bonds? Is it like a
bonds.
liquid? What's a bomb?
Bonds.
Oh,
it's like nitrate. You know how nitrous oxide is NO3,
just like NO2.
and a nitrate has some kind of chemical makeup to them. I forgot what.
Can you just eat it plain though? Is it like MSG?
No.
Is MSG a chemical?
Yes.
I never took chemistry, David. I took physics.
Oh.
I don't know how to find.
Although MSG only became a thing because people were racist. But that's another thing.
I don't know about that. Tell me about that.
So it was from what I've heard, I guess I shouldn't say 100% certainty.
It sounds accurate. I just want.
But from what I heard is that they would, like when Chinese restaurants started becoming a big thing, and like ramen
Americanized Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, but this was back in like the 1900s.
Oh, okay.
Like the 1910s, and they would actually have like people from immigrants from China or Thailand or whatever would start selling food, and it would be like ramen or whatever. There was kind of this campaign against MSG because that's what people used in their cooking, apparently, instead of
in like traditional Chinese cooking or in like the Americanized version.
I'm not sure exactly, but the goal was to say like these products have MSG, they're going to cause you cancer or whatever. And I don't know if it's true or not, so I can't say that.
I've heard like,
but they did it. They started that public campaign was because they didn't want people going to these Chinese restaurants.
That sounds like Reagan and his shenanigans again.
I'm not sure though.
I've heard that it's bad for you and that it's a carcinogen, and then I've also heard that that's completely made up.
That's the problem with everything is like sometimes you hear one thing, and that's why I always listen to things that are in the majority of the community. So the majority of the scientific community, vast majority, says that vaccines are good, says that climate change is real. That's always good to... When a study comes out that's like, well, if you eat eggs, you might have a higher cholesterol.
No, I can actually prove that. Oh, not the cholesterol, because eggs have the different... I'm talking about triglycerides. I used to eat like 6 eggs a day. My doctor said I was going to die.
Oh, really?
I had 3 times, like... I can't remember exactly. You're supposed to have like 1,500, and I think I had 4,000.
Oh, jeez.
For my triglycerides.
6 eggs a day.
I used to eat 6 to 8 eggs a day, and then I would have I'd have bacon every day.
Travis,
I was like, dude, I want to try. They say it's got all the health benefits. I'll try the ketogenic diet. This will be fun. I'm like, I just get to eat garbage. It's like you pour olive oil and butter in a pan, and then you crack 6 eggs, and then you put like some ground beef and bacon on it. And you're like, yeah, this is healthy. This is gonna make me real healthy.
Not butter, ghee. That's the thing.
I'm sure a lot of people like it, but I feel like a ketogenic diet is like kidding yourself after trying it like legitimately for a month. Like
I mean, all of the diets are fads and they're marketing whatever.
You lose weight quickly, but you feel like garbage, and
for me,
you're so oily.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, and this whole 30 thing that I've been talking about that I'm gonna do next month or whatever. It's just like just stop eating a bunch of processed foods. Like that's the goal.
If you really want to lose weight, just count your calories. If you want like an objective measure, otherwise it's like whatever your natural assumption is probably correct. Like, you could probably assume that soda's not good for you. Just by, like, the way it looks and the way it tastes.
the way it tastes.
And, like, McDonald's. And it's like, if you cut stuff out that you, like, instinctually know isn't good for you, you'll probably lose weight.
And this is where I have trouble. I'll eat things that I'll eat it and I'll be like, I feel really gross afterwards, but then I'll eat it anyways again. Like ice cream. Although it's getting to the point now where it's like, it's not bringing me the same joy as it used
We're
to.
getting older. I've noticed too. Chips used to be my favorite thing, and it's like I
still
eat
love
chips and I feel like garbage. I used to be able to sit and eat a whole, just like bag of Cheetos, and I'd be like, this is the bomb. And now I eat Cheetos and I get like my stomach feels bad, and it's like the next day I have like a junk food hangover. I'm getting old.
We're getting old. I wonder if other big gaming YouTubers, I feel like you have a pressure to be like very like childlike with everything you do. I wonder if they do like adult things.
The only at our house, Nick used to always watch PewDiePie, and PewDiePie acts like a 5-year-old. No offense to him, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but he acts like a 5-year-old.
His persona is the 5-year-old.
Well, his audience is kids, so it makes sense. And the only other one we watched was Jablinski Games, which if you don't know what that is, that's Jack Black's Let's Play.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff was fun. He did stuff with his kids and got them involved. What was I going to... Oh.
But it's funny because like I don't think other game... This is why you should listen to the Game Detectives. Not many other YouTubers are talking about growing up and becoming adults. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I sure can't think of it. There's that one guy who plays Binding of Isaac, Northern Lion. He's kind of like a more down-to-earth type guy. I don't really watch a lot of Let's Players.
I don't either. Wait, where are you supposed to go?
One of the Llama building. Is that this one up here? Yeah. I think I can... There we go, yeah. I had to get the bongos.
Oh, yeah, to get that. You gotta shoot it now. I haven't even watched the last 3 Rabbit Luigi YouTube videos.
You know what? I don't really watch video game content really anymore. I don't know.
I mean, we're not the audience anymore.
That's fine. I can live with that.
Yeah. Just like we're not the audience for Big Mouth.
I feel like
shouldn't be the audience.
I feel like we're actually supposed to be the... I feel like...
I should clarify. We shouldn't be the audience.
Like left-leaning young adults who have maybe childish... Like that, we should be the audience. The show just has really bad writing.
Yeah.
Like it can't be for younger kids because there's too many like references to like stuff, and it can't be for... I don't know. I think like somebody who's really conservative wouldn't like the show because
they'd be like... Oh, sex and kids.
I mean, that's the weird thing is it is kind of, I don't even want to talk about Big Mouth.
But I'm just trying to think of like, we had a guy from, who's made some work for like, Adult Swim, who's made like some short videos or whatever, and he came to the cinema, and I was looking at some of it, I'm just like, this stuff is just like, let's get high and make something, and like that's just not interesting to me.
Oh, there's some stuff. I'm not gonna talk down on Adult Swim.
No, not at all. But like I feel like like this is meant to be for somebody who's like younger or has a different experience than me. It's interesting like seeing that you're not the audience for everything, you know.
I feel like I'm not the audience for very much.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like the audience for BoJack Horseman, which is a lot of people resonate with BoJack Horseman.
You know, the craziest thing, speaking of like demographics and everything, so I was listening to a news report on NPR, and I thought how they worded this was bad. They're like, young people are like the highest the highest rate of COVID people like getting cases now are in young people, and I'm like, oh, and then they said are young people, and then they said
18 to 35.
18 to 49. And I'm like, whoa, that's our vastly different generations.
I don't even think we're young. I think young is like 18 to 24.
I
like
know. And it's like 18 to 49 is not young people.
Do you just jump on his back? Oh, no, he already did it. Never mind.
So to me, it's just like, what?
Well, I mean, people talk a lot about Gen Z and millennials, but it really is like baby boomers and everything younger. There's such a huge generational divide between baby boomers and everything that came out. You could say Gen X, Y, Z, like 90s, 2000s, 2010 kids.
Yeah.
They're all very similar, and just like people born in what is colloquially considered to be boomers, which is more than legitimate baby boomers. It's just like, I don't know, it's a different world, and it's formed like a different fundamental... I mean, every generation has their divide, but it feels like there's such a big gap between people who are like over 40 right now and under 40.
I would agree with that. And there are, and like technically some 40-year-olds are Gen X right now, I think, but
It's on the, and it has to do with, I mean, a big part of it is technology, just how much we were raised on TV and the internet.
yeah. We'll talk more about the generations.
Oh,
and
yeah, we
everything.
just got
It's been
lengthy
34 minutes.
Okay, let's
so
cut
we
off.
should
We
probably
just
cut it.